Bro, college in 2026 is an actual joke. Genuinely, it is laughable how much college is just, I mean, on the low, it's just a scam. To be completely honest, it's a scam. A lot of people probably would definitely be better off saving that money and just honestly probably going right into the workforce instead of wasting 4 years. But don't get me wrong, bro. There's definitely a good side to college. People who go and genuinely get a degree, or they get, I mean, for one, there's life experience in general, just meeting people. And especially if you live in dorms, that's a whole life experience. People want that, bro. People want that college life. That's good. All right. Don't get me wrong, all that. But I'd probably argue it's around 50-50. Probably 50% go and it pays off. And then the other 50, they kind of go to college and they realize, like, yeah, this is not for me. Or maybe, college was for you and you went for or whatever, how many years you went, however long you went to college for, and you get, I don't know, a software engineering degree. And then I don't know, dude, what, AI takes your job? You just paid thousands of dollars and you spent 4 years of your life studying and practicing and learning. And now AI is doing the job way better than you ever could. It's a joke, bro. It is straight up a joke. It's actually laughable how funny it is. But yeah, bro, don't get me wrong. It can definitely pay off for some people, but for some people it doesn't. And for me, dude, probably the latter. I'll just tell you my experience straight up, bro. So I'm doing full time right now. I'm in 4 classes. It's probably been about 7 weeks since this semester has started. And my English class, we've only had 2 classes in person. So basically, the experience for me is I am just paying to do homework on my computer. When, if we're being honest, if I really wanted to get better at English or learn more vocab words, there's so many better ways to do that than taking a English class. Because for one, they pace you with the pace that I guess the class goes. You could probably be a slower learner or a faster learner or whatever, bro. But yeah, the point is we've only had 2 classes out of the 7. And the first class we went, and the teacher, she was like, I didn't know I was going to be teaching this class, but you guys got me, so good for y'all. Like, she's acting like we were a burden to her type shit, and she just did not care to be there and teach it. And it's like, whatever, I get it if you hate your job, but at the same time, I'm paying money for this, so, try not to treat me like a complete burden. But yeah, dude, 2 classes, or probably, actually, yeah, 3 classes, she was absent. So for one, we don't really think in advance to make sure our teacher's going to be absent. We kind of just go to class and then we're like, oh, she's not here. Let me check the website or whatever. Oh, she's gone. She put out an announcement an hour before class started saying, yeah, guys, I won't be making it today. So she's been absent 3 times. And then there was a freeze. And yeah, dude, we got freeze out of school. So, but enough of that, dude. Whatever. English class, that's a joke. Last English, bro, I am just butchering. I need English class, bro. I need speech class. Yeah, so last semester, my English class was straight up just a therapy session. I cannot tell you a single grain of knowledge I learned. It was all therapy and it was all AI writing my essays for me. And, that's what 99% of people are doing in any class, is basically having AI walk them through everything. And so it's like, I mean, at that point, you're not even paying for any knowledge. You're just paying to spend time and then get a piece of paper that says you're qualified to do something. And, like I said, bro, sometimes that piece of paper, it can pay off. It can get you a job. You can have security in your life. But for the other people where that piece of paper doesn't pay off, where they can't get a job, there's so many stories of people saying, I went to college. I did things the right way, is what they say. Do things the right way and you go to college. You secure your future. But, all these people coming out of college, now they're saying, oh, I can't get a job. Nobody wants to hire me. And that's kind of just a wide problem I guess everybody's facing all at once. Is like, yo, I just spent all this money for this piece of paper and I spent 4 years getting this piece of paper and now it doesn't even matter. Nobody wants to hire me. I have to, work at my local McDonald's, and I know there's probably going to be somebody in the comments saying like, oh, you're just stupid. Anyone can get a job, all this shit. But like genuinely, bro, just think about the people who go and then just nothing comes of it. It's like, bro, that's wasted time, wasted money. And overall, at the end of the day, instead of going from college, that initial decision, instead of going straight into college, you could have just went straight into the workforce or get some more work experience, genuine life experience. And, that probably would have helped way much more than any college class. It probably would have prepared you better for life. But yeah, dude, college is a joke. So let me just walk you through some of my classes, okay? History class, just a history class, it's a normal average class for college. But that's the only normal class I have, bro. For another one, I am taking I can't even talk, bro. I'm taking classical philosophy, okay? It's just a Greek history class, and it's a little bit of philosophy mixed in with probably 80% politics. and it's just the kids arguing with each. It's literally the past like 4 classes I've been to have just been kids arguing with each other over politics. And basically valuing human life, determining how we value a human life. Is it how much money you get? Is it how much better you make other people feel? Or is it like, you're a CEO at a job, or you're a billionaire, so you have a lot of say in what goes on in the world as a billionaire? And it's like, yeah, is their life more valuable than a homeless crack addict on the street? And yeah, dude, honestly, I've already said it, but yeah, the whole class, like 80% is just kids arguing with each other about politics. And I don't know how that happens in philosophy, but it's happening every single class. And honestly, that's not even that bad. I enjoy a talk about politics with some other kids, but the problem is these kids are all dumb as fuck. So, it's probably best if they just keep their mouth shut and just vote whoever they want to vote for, bro. Because the things people are saying when they start talking about politics is, honestly, it's just kind of laughable. The whole class is laughable. There's a few kids in there that know what they're talking about, but other ones you can just tell they're pretending to know shit. And I'm not saying I know everything, but, when you can tell somebody doesn't know their shit, you can call them out on that. It's not that hard to fucking tell. So yeah, dude, I think we need an IQ test to vote. But anyways, my next class, all right, we already covered English, only 2 actual classes in person throughout 7 weeks. So yeah, the professor just does not give a fuck about our time and our money. And lastly, I have a theater class, bro. Yeah, great decision. I know, a theater class. It was an elective, and there was other classes I wanted to do, but my girlfriend was hooked on theater because she took a theater class in high school, and she thought it would be the same thing. It's not, bro. It's not the same thing. Theater class, I'm sorry, I think my teacher actually rides the short bus, and there's probably 20 kids in there, counting me and my girlfriend, and I'm sorry, but 13 of them also ride the short bus. And I'm sorry, dude, I counted because I was just kind of shocked, to be honest. But I guess it just makes theater that much more funny when they're acting. It's funny because, yeah, I don't know, dude. For one, she gives us like hella homework about reading plays and different Shakespeare plays, and we have midterms coming up, and she's making us reenact certain plays or whatever, and everybody's like been working on their plays for weeks and all this, and she asked me, because we got to tell her what her play is, and she's like, okay, it's your play. She's been asking me every class. She's like, what play are you going to do? And I just tell her, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know yet. And she's like, okay, no worries. You could tell that she knows I'm cooked. Interestingly enough, our teacher didn't tell us, but she is an actor. She told us she's an actor, but she didn't tell us what movies she's acted in. But I don't know, it's just really, it's an interesting thing that she brought up, because I was like, oh, if you're an actor, I feel like you should be kind of famous. If it's like a movie everybody knows, like, what are you doing in a theater class? Maybe that's her passion. She doesn't really say, but it does seem like that is her passion when she's in there like karate kicking the air. She's literally doing like Bruce Lee kicks and wide karate stances, and she doesn't wear shoes. She got close to me one time. She's kind of musty. I'm sorry. She was kind of musty, but yeah, dude, what I'm getting at is theater as a whole is a joke, but I could talk about the theater class forever. It's just fucking buffoonery in there. It's I don't know, it costs a lot of money to be in that class. But yeah, the main argument I honestly want to present is that me personally, I'm probably going to end up dropping out of college, dude, or something, because for one, I'm probably not going to pass this theater class. So, and just for it to not show up on my transcript, I'd have to take it again pretty much and pass it. And, I kind of cooked myself, but not even that, just, this is why I've already been thinking about this since last semester. I just don't think college is for me, bro, because for one, I was thinking about going into accounting, but AI is already taking a lot of accounting jobs. So it kind of leaves me like, especially in 4 years or 2 years, whatever, whenever I'm done and I have my degree, it's like, well, I don't know where AI is going to be at that point. I do know AI is only going to keep getting better, and I know it's already taking jobs. Give it 4 years or 5, whatever, give it half a decade. AI is doing what? All the accounting jobs? I don't know. It just seems kind of risky to spend all that time and money digging into one topic that I'm not even sure if I really want to do. Pretty much digging a hole for myself that I can't get out of. I'm stuck in accounting. I have to find out something to do in accounting, but now AI is doing all of it. And then, there's the argument, well, just be the boss, be the manager. And it's like, bro, with all the people who are smarter than me, like, I don't know, dude. It's not that I don't believe in myself, but like realistically, that's one thing to say, well, just be the boss that tells the AI what to do. It's like, come on, dude, how many positions are there genuinely going to be of that? And realistically, what are the chances that I get that position? Just monitoring over AIs. It sounds like a really easy job, but obviously there's probably always going to be people, accountants to some degree, but when AI is already taking a lot of the jobs, you just never know, bro. And that's really for anything that has to do with computers, anything like I said, bro, computer engineer or whatever it is, bro, all these things, computer science, all these things that these kids spent a lot. They spent years, dude, and money. Like I said, college is expensive, bro. I'm going to a community college. It's pretty cheap, to be honest, but I'm paying out of my own pocket. And I'm just thinking, like, bro, if I had all the money back from college, I'd probably be better off, especially if all that money, because right now I'm kind of stuck in a part-time job because that's what I have to do along with college, pretty much just to maintain myself and my sanity, because I don't want to work a full-time job and do full-time college. It's just, the point of life is to enjoy it. And at that point, I just would not be enjoying it at all. But yeah, dude, back to this topic. Would I be better off, okay, if I never went to college? Because I went pretty much fresh out of high school. Would I be better off if I spent that time looking for a better paying job, looking for just a better career options, getting actual experience under my belt, saving money along the way instead of having to dump all the money I make basically back into college? And just couple that with the fact that I'm in college, right? Even if I do go on, I'm literally going for an AA right now, Associate of Arts. What do I do after that, bro? I gotta, I guess, pick a major and a minor, and that's my life. Whatever I pick at the age of 20 is what I'm gonna do until I'm 60, 65. I don't know. Big decision, especially early years, bro. Like I said, I'm kind of in prime time right now. I have a lot of time on my hands. I could be working every day full time, and I just feel like long term it'd pay off better. Especially with the fact that, like I said, I wouldn't know what major to go into at this point. I don't know. And even if I pick that, I still have to waste another 2 years, bro. In another 2 years, I'll be 22. And I'll feel like, at 22, I finally got my job or whatever, my degree. I just don't know if the degree is going to get me a job. I'm going to have to probably be in student debt. I'm probably going to have to pay a lot of money to get there, to get through college, because like I said, bro, college is expensive. And I'll have the piece of paper and I won't even know if I can get a job. But even if I can get a job, is it really going to be something so much better than just the normal workforce? Like if I go into the workforce right now, and I know everybody says nobody can get a job. It's probably true to a certain extent. I understand putting in applications and all this stuff, and Indeed and LinkedIn, all this stuff, all that, it's kind of cooked. That's all cooked. And resume, AI written resume being reviewed by other AIs and shit. It's crazy trying to find a job, but I feel like there are jobs and there are opportunities, and that's really just kind of a defeatist mindset to continue procrastinating, to be like, oh, there's no jobs, might as well give up. And like, no, dude, don't give up. Especially, I'm like kind of in my like prime time right now to be job searching, bro. I need to go job hunting, and the only reason I haven't just straight up went into the workforce is because I'm in college right now. But the only reason I haven't dropped out is because I'm not certain if I'm going to be able to go into the workforce. It's all these things that cross over each other and overlap that cause a lot of just overthinking and procrastination. But right now, that's the big moment in my life, is like, what's the next step? What do I do? Because don't get me wrong, I'm uploading YouTube videos daily, but by no means am I looking at this as like a safe haven. Like, one day if I just do this, it'll work out. No, bro. Even if like somehow I got 100K subs, I'd probably still have to have a job. I really don't think it'd probably be enough to pay the bills or enough to like satisfy me as a person, because I'm a pretty money hungry person. But at the same time, I realize, money's not all that matters about life. Obviously, it plays a big role in your life, but at the end of the day, when you die, you're not taking money to your grave. So you got to find something else to truly live for. And I don't know, bro. We're getting into the questions about life. It's not really about that. It's just about college. But yeah, dude, my college classes are a joke. College classes last semester were a joke. The state government class I took was a joke. It's all jokes, bro. We didn't learn anything. It was half of that class in my state government class, half of it was my professor arguing with a student who had died. She had like green hair and she was like a lesbian or something. I think she had a wife maybe, but she was like 20. I don't know. It was this old like 60, 70-year-old dude arguing with her about trans rights and just other politics in general. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, like, it's entertaining or whatever, but I am just sitting here not working a full-time job, spending money for this class, and I'm not really getting anything out of it, besides a funny video. And, the thing is, I know there's people right there with me, bro, in the boat. And that's just a big question, bro. Do I ride this boat to who knows where? Or do I just jump overboard now and swim and make a way for myself? Do I just swim a different direction than the boat and find, like, maybe there's an island close by that the boat just didn't see, and I'll find it if I swim, and then I'll have some footing of my own to eventually, build my own boat, and then I can go out my own way. That's kind of a weird simile or whatever. Simile. Speech class was a joke. We really didn't get better at speaking at all, anything. Obviously, I know that. I knew we were gonna have to go in there, just prepare a presentation speech. But all it is really just throwing you in deep water. You just got to get in front of people and just talk, which, it's not really that hard. But at the same time, it's like there was no actual learning going on. There was no actual speech improvement. People say like, oh, why do we take a speech class? You know, this is an argument that we had in philosophy. It's like, you know, why do we have a speech class? You know, to help people get better at speaking. But it's like, bro, my personal experience is that we didn't get better at anything. Sure, I have the experience of going up there and talking about something, but of course, it doesn't really matter because the thing I'm talking about is something nobody really cares about. And I don't get to talk about it the way I want. I have to present it in a certain way, a certain rundown that the teacher hands us, and then that's it, bro. And it's like, you know, it doesn't really matter, bro. It's not like me fighting the fight I really want to fight. And overall, the point is, it was a joke, but you know, I didn't really expect this video to run on for 15 minutes. So, you know, college is a joke. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it can definitely work out for some people, and it probably like it's a good route. But I feel like just the idea, you get sold this idea, like, yep, college is the answer. Okay, if you don't go to college, you're a loser. If you go to college, that's it. Your life's, you got everything you ever wanted in life when you go to college. It's a 99% success rate. When I feel like now it's like it's just been dropping and dropping, and people, there's a lot of even doctors, bro, somehow say, you know, I regret like having student loans, but it's like, I don't know, dude. It just looks sketchy is all I gotta say, and it just feels like a big scam. I mean, people pay a lot of money, and then like I said, bro, a lot of people like me, I'm paying a lot of money, and it's like at the end of the day, I don't even know if this is my career path. I don't know if this is where I'm gonna go in life. I'm not getting anything from it. So I don't know, dude. Just to me, the whole thing feels like a big joke, but you know, it is what it is, dude. I'll catch y'all in the next one.